If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I want to focus on certain key signs that you're wasting too much money as well as time on certain health trends that don't pay off. And in having this discussion, it's just to further support why you should make acupuncture part of your life. Because I notice when I pass by health food stores or I'm shopping at my local, and bear with me, I just got finished eating some pistachios. Healthy fats, guys, keep that in mind. Snacking on nuts and seeds instead of chips and cookies is the best way to go. But I had to jump into this podcast real quick. But I was hungry, so I grabbed a quick snack, handful of pistachios. But anyway, as I sometimes when I'm at my local organic supermarket, I notice tons of people in the supplement section searching for vitamin D and magnesium and copper and so much more, right? And there are some individuals that I do know, and I'll ask them, like, what's the magnesium for? Oh, I have cramps in my calf muscle. Well, what is it, or who is it that recommended that you supplement on magnesium? And I'm just using this one person as an example of many, like almost a gazillion. Or I read somewhere, cramps in the calf is a sign of magnesium deficiency. All right, I put it to you this way. Don't believe everything that you're reading, seeing acupuncturists. And another thing is, I spoke to that individual and I gave him a free Eastern nutrition consultation session. He wasn't as lucky as you guys. Whereas because you listen to Acupuncture's My Life podcast, you're going to get it all. All right. But just now when I'm not doing a podcast, it's not usually free. But I did one for him. Yeah. And I inquired relative to his diet. What was his taste preference? He looked at me a bit strange. Why am I asking this? And then he says he has a huge taste for sweets. And that is a sign of issues with the spleen meridian, the spleen as understood by an acupuncturist. So I inquired about his appetite, was there any bloating, and so forth. He answered the questions. I'm not going to do an intake here on the podcast, but one thing I will say, every 1 gram of sugar you ingest, and I'm also talking about that fake sugar, the bad sugar, but every 1 gram of sugar that you ingest requires approximately 51 grams of magnesium to process. You do the math based on how much sugar you eat in a day. Now, I didn't see his blood work, I didn't assess him. But if he is magnesium deficient, it could play a part as to why. But magnesium deficiency doesn't always present itself in the signs of cramps in the calf muscle. It can be due to a deficiency of other minerals. It can be due to potential blood clot. It can be due to many things. All right. So I want you to keep that in mind. But, not to run off the deep end too much with it. I do want to stay focused on the fact that you're wasting too much of your money and your time on health trends that don't pay off. Because many of you, and that's why I brought this gentleman up, are buying into the hype. Because you're seeing on the internet these snazzy sounding new health ideas, from IV drips to infrared saunas, boutique fitness classes, monthly vitamin subscriptions. And these are all put together by companies that they're soaking you dry. Now, some will say that there's nothing wrong with pursuing like a new health trend. I say that there is. And I know that you feel that I'm being biased, but I'm not. If you just simply make acupuncture a part of your life, you're not sitting around getting caught up in all these health trends. You know why? Because you won't even be thinking about your health at that point. Yeah, you'll think about what you're putting in your mouth because your acupuncturist would give you some advice from an Eastern nutrition perspective.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
But you wouldn't be overly concerned about your health because you'll be feeling so good. Because yin and yang are being balanced, which is a sign of homeostasis, where the body can heal itself. It has what it needs to do what it needs to do. Because another reason or sign has a lot to do with if yin and yang was out of balance, you'll be buying things based on fear because of the way you feel. And you'll notice that you'll be health shopping basically based on fear. And there'll be these buzzwords floating around like detox and anti-aging and miracle, which is actually more hype than substance. Always keep an eye on the fundamentals. And one of the Easiest ways to do that is, again, by making acupuncture a part of your life. And then also, is there science to back up what's being spewed at you? Is it something that's being endorsed by an acupuncturist? Because if it is, then you're headed down the right path. But if it's sounding too good to be true and it's making guarantees, nope. We shall not do that. Because this goes right into the next point, is that if it's not evidence-based, then that health trend that you're paying for, that's not backed by science or meaning peer-reviewed studies or an acupuncturist, is usually more hype than value. And another sign that you're spending too much time and money is if the proof of effectiveness is centered around testimonials. No, that's like, when you notice that, run. Because there's probably little to no research into the effectiveness of the product, the health product that you're looking to buy. Because health trends tend to become unnecessary when they're not effective. All right. Now, another thing to look for is what you're spending on this health hype cutting into basics? Now, when I say basics, are you overdoing it with all of these vitamins and minerals and other things? Health-wise. That's just a big hype in the phase. And it's now starting to cut into your rent, mortgage, savings, debt. That is a super, super red flag. And I'm glad I did this. I did this podcast because I know it's waking some of you guys up. It's getting you to think, wow, I may be spending too much money and time. And then you're shoving all of these products in you thinking you're creating the perfect being. No, you're creating a toxic environment. Would you take all those supplements and powders and stuff, put them in a pot, light flame, turn it on, a little bit of water, stir it, then eat it? Does it look appealing then? Okay. And even if you don't live near an acupuncturist or work near an acupuncturist, you know, there's other alternatives to health, like taking walks, making healthy food at home, like salads and so forth, weight training, drinking more water. Now, those are worthy investments. Another is, when you stop and think, do you find yourself spending emotionally? Okay? Now, when I say that, are you buying products to keep up with certain trends? Or you buying products because if you don't, you'll feel guilty for not participating? Whereas the spending has become emotional rather than intentional. It's important that you're aware of it. It's very important you're aware of it. Because it's just, if you're emotionally spending, you're draining your finances. And I know some of you are probably like, well, wouldn't I be doing that if I go to see an acupuncturist? Well, I'm not going to say it's one of the dumbest questions in the world. I won't say that. But in certain countries, health insurance covers acupuncture care. And I notice many individuals don't take the time to find that out. And even in countries that don't, the cost of acupuncture is pretty reasonable. Let's just say here in America, family of 4, we're going to go to dinner tonight. And you find a halfway decent restaurant, which I feel you should be cooking at home, but let's just go with it. By the time you and your family had a good meal, that bill is, family of 4, that bill is going to be over $200. More cases than not, that's more than an acupuncture treatment.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so I want you to keep that. Now, another thing to consider is, are you reading the labels? Because I noticed that individuals will overspend purchasing expensive name brand supplements without even comparing alternatives. Got you, didn't I? You're caught thinking about it again. You're caught thinking about what I just said. How focused are you? Are you reading? If you're buying something, you should be reading the labels, especially if you're investing a lot of money into it. And even more emphasis added if it's something that's going in your stomach. I mean, would you scoop up pigeon poop with a little bit of squirrel poop and some snail poop and then put it in your mouth and not think twice about it? I seriously doubt that. Now, I'm not equating vitamins and minerals and other supplements to poop, but think about it. And another thing to think about is, do you find yourself subscribing to too many services? Now, that's another way to easily overspend on health trends, is by signing up for a bunch of subscriptions to services or products. And then guess what? In the long run, you forget to cancel them. And it's eating away at your finances. And that's what a lot of these companies want. That's what they want to happen. Subscribe and forget. Okay? And also, you guys getting involved in things that require a lot of money up front to get involved with health counseling or, purchasing monthly subscriptions to these vitamins or these minerals. it's much easier when it comes to being healthy outside of making acupuncture a part of your life is to focus on fundamentals such as sleep, movement, hydration, and real food. That, among other things, is very important because in seeing an acupuncturist, you can undergo an Eastern nutrition consultation session with them. Relative to whatever ailment you may suffer from, to put your internal yin and yang back into balance so that the body can properly heal itself. That's what it all comes down to. The body is an amazing machine, organism, whatever you want to call it. When your phone breaks, does it fix itself? When your laptop or tablet breaks, does it fix itself? When your television breaks, does it fix itself? When your vehicle breaks down, does it fix itself? Okay. What comes to fix it? You. Which is why it's important for yin and yang to be in balance. And it's even more important that you make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.